You said something about Hollowborn and Wadring's legacy before. He blinked. I forget that foreigners do not have this curse in their homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the drywood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Children born without a soul. Okay? He shakes his head. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease. Some say they are a punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows. But they begin spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Wadwin Legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. I see. Lord Radrick's decree may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. He nods. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understands our rules. I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a Biowick. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord
Ugh,
Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
he frowns. Though he's pointing at a body hanging at the tree.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse
Wow.
stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Before I got here, I saw people conducting a strange ceremony near the ruins. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind where you mentioned that. Trespassing on it within ruin is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days, but Wrath have mercy. We certainly have. Um, I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a Biowak. He polishes his spectacles on his sleeve. If you ever been that close to a Biowak, you wouldn't be standing here.
Keep out of.
He's rude. That's the toll.
Listen!
Two tolls. Let that be the last.
Three. Gods have mercy.
What?
It seems your arrival is ill-timed.
Arrogant looks out towards the east, his expression unreadable. He blinks slowly and turns his attention back to you.
3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
A peculiar spasm crosses his face, and the corner of his mouth quirks up into a mirthless smile. And what happened? He shrugs over Boney's shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not your concern. What do you mean? To come to us at a time of mourning, the legacy has struck at the heart of the Gilded Veil. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Barath must be redoubled. Don't threaten me, little man. Wait, does this affect the Lars offer the new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn or a stable for our eye care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Don't threaten me, little man. He shakes his hand unmoved. It's no threat, only a warning. Only a warning. Lord Radric would tolerate no threats to his kin, and those who live upon his lands. Grief would not make him more docile. Farewell. Um, save. I want to take. I want to go back to the small shield and the rapier. Actually, you know what? No, the spear. Small. Oh, I didn't realize. I'll switch that out when we get frontliner. Urgent. Urgent wears a twisted frown. I'm afraid I still can't help you find residence here. Lord Radric's son was deemed a hallowed born. This makes circumstances even more fraught. Tell me about Lord Radric. He comes from a line of nobles who have defeated those lands since Adrar times. Radric II was an early supporter of Drywooden independence during the Revolution, and the current Lord Fathers perished in the Saints' War. Hollowborn began appearing in the Drywood shortly after the war ended. Lord Radric has taken it upon himself to purge the curse from Gilded Vale. His measures have been severe but necessary. Unfortunately, it may not have been enough if the bells were any indication. The Saints' War, our age's most egregious example of man's madness. 15 years ago, the people of Recapture decided that Waidwen, their living saint, was the literal incarnation of the god Eothos. He wrinkles his French nose. This supposed saint took it upon himself to liberate the Drywood, supposedly from allegiances to less worthy gods. But I've never known any army to conquer a land for for his people's own good. The war lasted about a year, but you can guess what that year did to the worship of Eothos in the Drywood. Lord Radric's forebears had all been Eothasians, but after his father fell defending us from those fanatics, he personally saw that the temple of Eothos here in town was shut down. He points at a few ruined walls near the tree. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understands our rules. I'd like to know more about Gilded Vale. We're a frontier village, as are most settlements in the Drywood. Gilded Vale hasn't grown much since its establishments in the colonial days. In the last 15 years has seen our population shrink further. He takes in the ramshackled houses and half-fallen fences, hence our recruitment of fresh settlers. Why has the population been shrinking? Waidwen's legacy, of course. Many women have had difficulty bearing healthy children of late. A few years ago, Lord Radric's decreed that no mother of Hollowborns ought to be allowed in Gilded Vale. That's crazy. So what is he going to do with his wife? His mouth tightened into a firm line. His lordship dealt swiftly with the objectors. It may be harsh, but if it purges us of this curse, it is not worth it. Tell me about the ruins behind the tree. That's what's left of the temple of Eothos. His lips puckered. Lord Radric forbade worship of the dead god after the Saints' War. It's been abandoned for almost 15 years, but there are plans to rededicate it to Barath, the god of life and death. And who is Eothos? Enough about Gilded Vale. Goodbye. Let's save. Del Sword. You guys aren't worth it. Save. Let's scattered between the roots are braces of twine and bead, wilting flowers and notes half erased by ruins.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Strange way to talk about your dead. A deer. He looks up at the tree and breathes out. Half the town's up there now. Seems like no right way to talk about it. I'm looking for someone who can help me feel better. He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attentions away, watching the village around him. Okay. Moss. Can we really not? Where's? I thought they was gonna let us go through their pockets. Villagers. What if not the baby? Maybe Kosik managed to. Tatnoo's one of the best smiths in Drywood, but his stock's been lousy lately. And thinking about joining family over in Dryford. They have it better there. Hush, are you mad? Leave it for indoors. Beneath the vines are crude carvings of the sun rising over 3 stars. Phalian? As you near, you fear a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from his past seem to call out to you. Reach out. You see a pennant waving tall and sluggish in the wind, a rising sun embroiled on the banner in the vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant, if restrained, and their armor have not yet been tarnished by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zeal and with zest and zeal. At their head stands a commander, awkward in full armor, but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There's a twist in his mouth, his countenance grim. He throws up a hand, halting his troops. Silence falls among them, revealing a dark thunder, deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes start from horizon to horizon, necks twisting to see the source of the sound. In the distance, dust and lightning rise from the ground as Stygian clouds race towards them overhead. The soldiers stand only the staccato movements of their breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down on his troop, invigorated, invincible. They wait as the enemy draws nearer, poised to attack. Step back. Okay, where is temple? All right, we're going to the end first. Decent folk like you don't fare too well in these parts. You think this rain will be a boon for the crops. Angry townsmen. A lot. You see 4 people gather by the door to the inn, their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
The others, 2 folkmen and an elven woman, don't look convinced. The woman crosses her arms. She spits at his feet. Say nothing. One of the other men glares at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. You got a lot of gal mocking us in our own village. We don't take ill treatments from foreigners, especially not Ederians.
Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
The man thrusts his chin at the elf. He thinks of sour ale.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Wow.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
The collective cry of outrage rises from the 3 locals. The second man snarls.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Horror and shock paint themselves across the elven man's face in broad, hasty strokes. He frowns and swallows. He plants his feet. Something surely and rough flickers across his eyes. You just said it, my guy.
That's where you're wrong.
I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. The 3 drunks scowl at you. What do you say? And why is that? Intellect. If someone's baiting you it so obviously as he is, it's generally wisest to walk away. They look at each other. One of the men gives the other 2 a warning shake of his head before turning to you. We're done for now, but this one better watch his step around here because we're not going anywhere. With a final scowl at the elf, he turns to leave. As the three stumble away, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth
Not
face.
quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You're welcome.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts, though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He gives you a quick smile. He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his glove. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and
I
fine.
suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
How did you manage to get stuck out here? He laughs uncomfortably. That is something of a long
I'm a
story.
wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some
In
ruins.
ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
He leans closer. We don't know you to see. We don't even know what this is, and the other guy didn't believe us, so I'll be a walk.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
He regards you with new interest. And what are you doing in Gilded Vale?
Excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
He folds his arms and frowns, looking towards the center of town. He cocks his head, looking at you. And you, I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert of the soul. You know what? No, like you said, I'm also a settler.
Indeed. In that case, welcome to Gilded Vale, a true refuge from civilization.
His eyes flicker across you in your travel-worn clothing. And how did you manage to cross these three
I'm
drunks?
afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
He tints his fingers and looks away. That's funny. He did make a rather loose suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his sister and his own sister. That he clears his throat and adjusts his sleeve. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. Really, I heard the same thing. For a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. You don't look exactly like a
Begging
settler.
your pardon, but neither do you.
Fair.
Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of
A
places.
sly grin crosses his lips. I should get
As
going.
should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn.
He wrinkles his
They say
nose.
even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day.
Really?
It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
He gives you a guardedly hopeful look. Okay, let's go.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Okay, save. What are you? We know you say you're a wizard. Second level wizard, you're a wood elf. Gentry. Dex, intellect, obviously. Concentration is really good. +9. Oh, we have the same thing. Never mind. Your deflection is better. No, our deflection is better. Our interruption is better. That's probably because of the weapon. Dazzling lights, fan of flames, sunless scribes. Well, I'll look at that later. Okay. You have much of nothing. Overseeing. That's your. I'm not taking that off. Let's do. You have a scepter. Oh, but I took the shield off. Oh no. This is you. Okay. How much? 166. Save. Let's do this formation, which is on. We don't really have one right now. How do we do our own? There we go. Sure.
Yes?
Grimoire. Wizards have the ability to learn a staggering number of spells, but they are always limited by the capacity of their grimoires. At any given time, a grimoire may only contain 4 spells of each level. Click on the spell in the right panel to remove it from the grimoire. Add spells to empty slots by clicking on the spell in the left panel. So you have minor missiles, which is like magic missile, the dazzling lights, sunless grasp, freeze damage, flames, fan of flames, wizard's double. Plus for deflection. Oh yeah, you're putting that up. So what am I taking off? Dazzling lights. Yep. Okay. Arcane assaults. 2 per encounter. Unleashes a bolt of magical energy from the grimoire that inflicts raw damage and dazes targeting the area. Okay, save.
I shall.
Hey there.
The windows are clouded with the haze of accumulated smoke and grease and cooking grease. The Black Hound Inn. Villager.
Sure.
I thought the place was going under after the owner left, but it held out. Some kind of brown slop is congealing in these dishes. It smells burnt.
Well met, friend.
She looks up. Oh, it's you. Trinfit told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenfrith said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. So what would you like? Let's learn more about the Black Hound first. Ooh, really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces in here too, fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Okay. Difference the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work for tables actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him, even left his poor hound behind. That's the name. See, the black hound is still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl. Place ended up in my hands somehow. She laughs. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? You have two available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by the way of a good meal today, she sighs, unless you're fond of cold porridge. Can you see what you can I see what you have for sale? I'm sure you found something to your liking. We have the finest cook in Drywood. Um I don't think we can get that many. Um okay. Let's do minor regen, minor endurance. Oh nope, nope, nope. Oh, that's not good. Let's deal with food. Oh, 150. 3. Let's do 2. Endurance, might, perception. No. Chicken. Endurance, con. 2. Endurance, dex. 3. Four. Grain, endurance. Beer. Ale. Damage reduction for half than the beer. Oh, crap. I just... Yeah. Oh, we can recruit. On the party management screen, you can see what your allies are up to when they aren't in your party. If you assign them to adventurers, you can see how long it takes for them to complete their assignment. Calling a companion or adventurer from a mission before it is completed will forfeit all potential rewards for that assignment. Okay, that's not where we are. Inns allow characters to rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider the more expensive option. The bonuses they provide last for a long time and affect the entire party. That's good, but common room. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of the gilded veil's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she's mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watch her. You jolt awake, and the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeates your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with new queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see the woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Okay, save. Oh, we leveled. 6. Let's do I want to go up in lore with this 3? Let's go up in survival. And then let's do lore. And then mechanics. Oh, we can do a level 2. 2 level 2s. Oh, we can do 2 spells. Okay. Amplified thrust bounces psychic energy harmlessly around the target onto the closest nearby enemy. Amplified thrust. Metal binding overwhelms the target mental binding. Communication with its own body, paralyzing it. And it causes soul to emit a shockwave that leaves nearby enemies stuck. Thrust. Let's push this back. Let's do metal binding. Mind blades. Phantom foes invades the mind of targets in the area of effect, causing them to believe they're surrounded. Flanked. Shield uses the target strength and mind against it, stealing a portion of its resolve to better deflect incoming attacks. Recall agony causes the target to relive the psychic trauma of an injury moments after receiving it, experiencing the damage all. Oh, that's cool. Now, I do want this, but what does stuck do? Rooted, unable to act, but able to act, but unable to leave their current location. Dex is reduced by 2. Accuracy is reduced by 5. Whereas foes flanked, deflection is reduced by 10. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. And you. Okay. Lore. And let's bring survival. Which one gives us second wind? Athletics. And then survival. So you can have something. Even if it's just damage. Oh. This is a lot. Okay, first, mirror image. And then every wizard should have mirror image. Curse? Paralyzed? No. Fear walking is the element. Creates a magical shield around the caster. Spectacle. Confusing enemies. Let's do this. So the spectacle and the mirror image.
I'll take a peek.
No, too many people even try to get away with that. Arlen server. Beg pardon, ma'am. Don't have much time for talking. What's over here? Oh yeah. Don't want to do this. So, no. Endurance and con for now. Can we split? The rest can go here. Endurance and dex. Chicken, endurance and con. Endurance, con, and perception. Con and perception, health. Damage reduction. And then splits. Ugh. We have another torch somewhere. I thought we did. Guess not. Oh, here we are. Okay. Still have the rapier and the small shield. Go back here really quickly. Oh, that's annoying. Spoons hang by the fire, coated in brownish gunk. Ah, it's you, my savior. He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It's so good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closest guarded secrets, my dearest recipes. After this, you will eat nothing else. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in travels. Where is it? Oh, do we know some of this stuff? Scrolls. Nope. Potions. Nope. Food. Endurance, dex. Chicken. Oh wow. Casserole. Okay. Alrighty. See what this is. Thorn bird bright blade. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from his past seem to call on you. You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. A man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, and takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up his shot, explaining that he is doing as he does, and let the arrow fly. It hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking towards the boys, talking about a proper stance and how to most effectively hold the bow. A noise comes from the tree line near their practice venue, and he stops, scanning the woods, blue eyes squinting across against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind him. He draws an arrow and lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosing the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boy spins, watching the arrow fly into the forest undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the clearing. The boy laughs, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with the knocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he loses his last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind the shoulder, piercing heart and lungs and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds and then slowly turn and look at the man, newfound respect in their eyes. He smiles again and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. That's you. You see a woman emptying her satchel into her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack one item after the other. Careful deliberation undercuts by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it once. She empties it out once more. One hand held to her mouth, tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bear house. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the dock, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen, anyone heading out in high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear into the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. Oh. Okay, let's go up. Carouser? Sing us a song, Bluster. Roaches scatter and flee under the crates. Grab a drink, friend. Not much else of worth in this town, says the woman from Thine. Hey, we said we wouldn't mention Thine. Okay. And guess. Please leave me be. I am full of sickness with what I have seen of this place and its people. Oh wait. Are you gonna be upset if we do this? 10 years of dawn.
This
Seriously?
calls for a subtle touch. There. What did I tell
Oh, we
you?
did it. Oh, nope. We're not stealing in front of them. 10 years of dawn. 10 years. I tilted the vertical leaf, and 10 years I told myself that living in St. Wastewind footsteps would bring me rebirth. Each dawn I pray that if thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee life in each year, yet each night will bring the same emptiness. For my decade of living is as a simple dye farmer. All I have to show for it is a great deal of purple clothing. Eothos has not spoken to us since he appeared as Saint Wadwin. It was my hope that Eothos would claim me as his next vessel, but alas, the child of light remains silent. Child of light. Where was I? Every day I practice the ritual of bandishing the shadows of the unfaithful, and every day I work my fields in solitude, without sign of Eothos returning. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring the light. But how long must I remain lost in this long night of abandonment? Is this not punishment for keeping my faith a secret? Is Eothos hiding from me until I shout my reverence for all to hear? Surely he must know that the Drywoodians now hate him and his followers. My countrymen are quick to blame all that is terrible about the Saints' War on those of us still faithful to Eothos. Should they not be angry at the Ridceris soldiers? Do the Drywoodians not realize that to dismiss the god of rebirth and redemption is to prevent all hope of healing? God of rebirth and redemption. As I pen these words, I know that I must continue to till the die leaf. I will awake each day with hope. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring me light. Each day I will pray that the dawn stars visit me, just as they visited Saint Waidwin in his field of Vorlis. Will they come to me as they came to Saint Waidwin, as a man and two women, luminescent and perfect? I am told they came to presage new times. I am told many things, and I struggle to find the faith to believe it all. And yet, each morning the sun rises in the eastern sky, and each morning Ethos illuminates my simple plot of land, casting away the shadows of the unfaithful in his golden gaze. I thank thee, Ethos, for all the springs I've had and all that will come. I am in darkness. Please bring me light. Okay. Where did that go? Okay.
This calls for a subtle touch. There. What did I tell you?
Save. Duelist hat. Crowned behind the books is a drawing that shows Ilthos and Lord Radric in a compromising position. Really? The Drywood Part 1, Early Colonial History. Wait. Why? What is happening? You can go to shore. Okay, I guess this has no max. Early Colonial History in the Drywood Part 1. No other land has such a wild and bloody recent history. From colony to Palatinate to Free Republic, the Drywood has undergone a trial by fire to emerge as a powerful force of the Eastern Reach. Drywood's history actually begins in Edir in 2602 AI. Ederi explorers returned from a journey across the ocean with tales of treasures they'd found. They discovered countless ruins scattered through the forest as well as plains to the north of the trees that would be perfect for growing varlis. There was a problem, however. The locals were hostile and there was a potential for conflict. The Furkandingen of Adir, Fairkening, the Fakening, first king, knew that this was too good to be true. This was too good an opportunity to pass up and send more explorers to scout and map the areas. Exploration continued over the next 20 years. Small groups of explorers traveled back and forth between the deer and this new world with a handful of colonists settling up small camps to establish a base for the explorers to work out of. Conflicts with the locals, who the Adherents learned are called the Glenfathians, were rare, but frequent enough for the Koning to send a small squadron of guards to protect his citizens. These guards established a central base on a river in the western section of the woods. This settlement would eventually become the city of Dryford, upon which the modern-day village of the same name is presently built. Once that base was established, the first permanent Adarian settlements began north and west of the Bell River. Over the next 3 years, thousands of Adarians made the trek from Adir to this new land. The Glefathians, who seemed to revere their ruins scattered throughout the forest, caused a few problems with some of the settlements, especially those found in the ruins themselves. These were easily taken care of by the colonists with the help of the Imperium Guards. The Adarians, in order to further their foothold in the area, reduced the cost of production, and in an attempt to keep the Glefathrian population under control, started making slaves out of any Glefathrians captured during the uprising. This resulted in a great increase in tension between the two groups. With the population of the growing area, an official governmental structure was established by the Fairkoning. He appointed several earls to preside over the land and assigned them things to help run their territories, and they called the new Griffram the Drywood. Dryford remained the center for the Imperium Guard, but the settlement in Pearlwood Gulf, New Durnred, was the true seat of power for the area. Sitting at the edge of the ocean forest, fertile farmland, and a river that runs from the coast to the White Marsh, settlers flocked to the area, hoping to establish names for themselves. Adir began to spread it across the new land. That would be... well, no, do it by... Are we going to do it by when we got it? You guys are golden named as well. Let's do this. Black Hound. These bones are covered in tiny bite marks. Oh. This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Sorry, girl, don't think he's coming back. The dog whines softly again, head tilting. I could use a good dog. Here, girl. The dog ears perked up, trots over to you and barks happily. I didn't want to lie about finding him. I don't think that actually does anything. Small dog. She trots along at your heels, gazing up boldly whenever you come to it. Do you have it? Nope. That's annoying. Everyone should get a pet. All right. Let's end this here. And then when we come back, I can read you guys and then whatever. We'll go to the next area, I'm guessing. Because we came down. So this may be outside. Who knows? But anyways, okay. Thank you, everyone. This is the beginning of our playthrough for Pillars of Eternity. So thank you again. Hope you're having a fantastic time and see you soon.